Welcome today to my presentation of the greater Bilby decline and the reasons for that decline. The first slide shows a little about the information about the greater Bilby. This includes their diet, lifestyle and classification. I have divided these into two issues that include environmental and non-native predators. The introduction of the environmental fox and feral cats in the 1850s has contributed to the decline by reducing the greater Bilby population by 71.4% in the last 70 years. The second topic is the destruction of habitats, which is caused from human mining and climate change. Climate change has influenced the bilby population as the temperature has risen 0.1 degrees Celsius. The last thing is mining has become more of a productive part of Australia's life in the last few years as the mining industry growth rate has increased to 12.4% and it's damaging the bilby's environments. This slide shows the population decline since the introduction of non-native predators and the increase of mining and climate change. Figure 2, which is on the left-hand side, is based up to 1970, which shows the bilby's location all over Australia's landmass. Figure 3 and the middle image shows the decline in the population growth as the greater bilby only roams in areas of Western Australia, Northern Territory and a small amount of Queensland. This was from the years of 1991 to 2004, which is just before the greater bilby was included in the National Recovery Plan in 2006. Figure 4 is from a more recent updated website which shows the decline in all states but Western Australia and Northern Territory. The greater bilby are under threat and will eventually fall to extinction like its cousin the lesser bilby, which went extinct in the 1950s for the same reason as the greater bilby. The greater bilby used to roam 70% of Australia's landmass and now only roam 20%. The bilby's population has fallen under 10,000 and now are only located in certain parts of Australia. The greater bilby is known as the ecosystem engineer due to their enhanced skills in digging dirt and moving soil. The ecosystem relies on the greater bilby to rejuvenate the vegetation and restore the soil. Without the greater bilby, the soil is not aerated, which means the plants and the seeds materials grow weaker and become more susceptible to harmful bacteria and fungi. This can become a local problem as fungi and bacteria grow and infect other vegetation. The food chain and webs will become strained due to the change in the removal of species. Without the bilby to remove the soil, the environment will become impossible to farm and grow, leading to the vegetation issues as we no longer have the room or soil to grow vegetation. This leads to the short-term impacts as we will lose crop space as the damage of the environment grows and bacteria further damages the surrounding environments. This will lead to the environment implication and farmer implications as Australia will lose area to develop and share crop. This will affect the livestock diet of Australia as farmers will not be able to supply their livestock with crop. The long-term impacts of future growth decline, such as the bacteria-infected soil, will become unmanaged. This will impact the farmer's growth and eventually become impossible to export to other countries that we share crops with. Through the implications of the export, it will lead to the import issues such as other countries pulling out of negotiations. I have broken down the why you should care into three categories: individual, national, and international. Strategies include looking after our environment by following road rules and not littering. This would include the importance of the wildlife environments and understanding where the bilbies are located. The next thing is support and donate to the many charities that assist the greater bilbies. People could share with friends the need for the bilbies to survive. Slide 12 looks at the category of national and international strategies, which include revising and updating the recovery plan as it has not been updated since the recovery plan was made. The next thing that Australia and other countries should do is to protect more than 10% of the bilby population, as that is a small amount compared to what we can be protecting. Another strategy we should put in place is a non-native species act to keep species not native to Australia out. This would lead to the protection of the greater bilby as well as many other prey species. Lastly, we can increase the protection of areas and put up fences to keep predators out and away from the greater bilby. This slide shows the recovery plan not working as the reintroduced greater bilby was found in the stomach of a feral cat. The improvement starts with us, and Australia needs to take accountability to reduce the risk of extinction. Here are some websites that can be reached to provide the support that is needed to help the greater bilby population.